We think deflation is the greater risk. The fear will shift from inflation or stagflation to deflation and or recession. And we think crypto prices, a new asset class, will continue to move up.
美国有史以来总现金量的40%都是在这2年之内才出现的，这就是用印钞票来缓解经济危机的结果。许多专家都认为即将迎来通货膨胀，然而方舟投资的执行长 Cathie Wood 却认为通货紧缩的几率反而比较大。他会在影片的结尾告诉你为什么他认为不管是通货膨胀还是通货紧缩，比特币都会是你最佳的保险。有兴趣的朋友一定要看到最后。
We think deflation is the greater risk. And I know that's not a very widely held point of view. In fact, I don't think I know anyone who has that point of view. But you've heard some of the cyclical dynamics that we think will take inflation down. And we think secular dynamics will as well. Good deflation, that associated with disruptive innovation. And the statistic, I'm not sure if I mentioned it on the last call, but that blows my mind is artificial intelligence training costs are dropping 68% per year. Think about that. That's massive deflation. That's a huge undertow. And then the other side of disruptive innovation is creative destruction. So those companies who manufactured earnings by leveraging up to buy back their shares are probably didn't invest enough in innovation and are going to see the results, we think, during the next few years. They will have to service their debt by cutting prices. Once these uncertainties are out there and it's clarified, there's an inventory correction, China's hitting economic growth, then I think inflation and interest rates are going to come down fairly dramatically. And the fear will shift from inflation or stagflation to deflation and or recession. And we will revert to very low nominal GDP growth rates, probably 2 to 3% range. In that context, our average revenue growth for our strategies is north of 25%. And I think the market will wake up once again to revenue growth rates that are 10 times that of the economy. So we're looking forward to that.
比特币这个史无前例的发明，不一样的货币需要一张不一样的卡，一张金属卡专门为加密货币设计，每一次消费可以立即获得3%的回馈。想要更多吗？没问题，你可以自由选择。全面整合到手机，满足所有加密货币需求，一站搞定。不喜欢管理费和国际手续费吗？这边通通不收，还有这些全额补贴优惠。未来已经到了，马上办理，奖金归你。
And we think crypto prices, a new asset class, will continue to move up. It's very interesting to watch El Salvador. El Salvador has deemed Bitcoin legal tender, and its president tweets almost every day about this initiative. So far, 2.7 million out of the roughly 4 million eligible have downloaded their Chivo wallets with $30 worth of Bitcoin in it. What's interesting about that 2.7 million is only 1.2 million people in this country of 6 or 7 million people have checking accounts. So here's another example of DeFi, not even letting banks penetrate that highly. into a country like El Salvador. It's also interesting to learn that today, or in this week sometime, the government started mining Bitcoin using energy from its volcano. And we're wondering if they're going to actually include Bitcoin in their reserves, which we think would be a very smart thing to do. And the reason it would be smart is we're beginning to see the dollar's strength hitting emerging markets. A lot of emerging markets have dollar-denominated debt. So when the dollar goes up, it takes that much more to service the debt from converting from their currencies into dollars. So this is often a harbinger of risk increasing in emerging markets. And very often there will be runs on the currency, and as their populations try to shift into dollars. So El Salvador is not going to have that problem this time. And we think other emerging markets are going to start taking its example. So ISS, which is a proxy solicitation firm, and it's owned by Deutsche Börse, which I didn't remember until I started digging a little bit. We are beginning to see the banks worrying about loan growth because of DeFi, decentralized finance, and the crypto world. And we do believe there is a lot of reason to worry. Regulators are going to insinuate themselves into that process, of course, and we'll see what happens. But DeFi is flying. Just to give you a sense of that, last year around this time, there was less than $10 billion locked in DeFi on the Ethereum network. Today, that is $120 billion. So at the margin, that is making a difference for the banks. Why are we positive on crypto, especially Bitcoin, which is mathematically metered to top out at 21 million units? We're somewhere between 18.5 and 19, I think now. And yes, that's if there were an inflation, that's a beautiful hedge. But when you're talking about emerging markets or you're talking about a situation like 08, 09 here in the United States, when there's a crisis, counterparty risk is high and rising. So to have a backstop like Bitcoin, we think is an excellent insurance policy.